Welcome everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic freaking day. I know I am. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's Gotti day. Can Wednesday be Gotti day? And we should have a Gotti day. Actually, every day could be Gotti, right? That way, at some point in the future, no one has to work. We just live off what we make from Gotti. Again, not financial advice, but man, this is an exciting time. I tell you, this is an exciting time to be alive. It's an exciting time to, just create our own destiny and shape it how we want. And I'm excited to be here. I'm totally stoked. I should probably back up a little bit. I get very exuberant. Welcome, M-Kid. I'm glad you're here, my friend. I'm glad everyone is here. Hit that like button, guys. Tell everybody that we're here, share it with whomever you want, whatever, or share it with them afterwards. I'm recording it now. Tonight, we're going to be covering, I'm going to mix in fact because I think that's really important, as Kid has been talking about. For me anyway, my focus is like when I invest in something, I'm looking at it rationally, right? I get excited, of course, right? As you can tell, I haven't shaved, so I'm really excited. I don't sleep, or I'm up at like 6 in the morning, whatever. It makes no difference what we're talking about. Sorry, guys. But anyway, I think for us, those of us who are here, who are in the community, who are holders, it's really exciting and really great. We can introduce it to people, but, what are some of the specifics? What are the facts? What do we know? Right? Just the facts, ma'am. What are some major announcements? It seems like every day something new is happening. And I'm going to tell you, Kid, I know you're here. I see you right here. You, sir, are a rock star. With the amount, you did 2 back-to-back live streams today. Like 1 at 2, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I got to go. And like 2 minutes later, you're jamming on Mr. Dude's one. I was like, man, it's phenomenal. Anyway, so welcome everybody to the Crypto Dojo. I'm Scott, and full disclosure, I do have Gotti in my portfolio, proud to say, and been a holder since before it was launched. And, my wallet is doing amazing, right? I dollar cost average in, and I should probably, before I go any further, remember everybody, I'm going to tell you this right now. I am not a financial advisor. I'm never going to tell anyone, my notifications are on, sorry about that. Never going to tell anyone to buy, sell, hold. Do your own due diligence, conduct your own research before getting involved in this or any crypto project. And if you are telling people about Gotti, introduce it to them, right? Show them, like, this is what it is. And this is what this live stream is about, to be honest. This is good for those of us who are holders, who are in the community already. This is also a live stream that I think is really important for new people, right? New holders, because I looked into a few things, and I'm going to go through some resources in just a little bit and share with you all the updates that's going on. Right now we have right now just about 904 wallets. Okay. I went on SoulScan, took a look. That's what we have as of like 5 minutes before I came on. Gotti is at 260 right now. And we have 317 only 317 tokens available of Gotti for people to, buy in if they want to, or trade from Sol to Gotti, whatever they want to do. 317, that's it. And that's totally it. This is where I think, and what else am I looking at here? Oh, yeah. And right now we have, as 5 minutes before I came in, we have 1,087 members in Gotti Telegram channel. Everything that I'm talking about, guys, as well, is in the description box below. Some of the newer exchanges I didn't put on because I'm going to show you the Gotti website has been updated to reflect like these major announcements that have been going on and these listings, and we're going to go through that. I'm also going to be talking about resources where you can go to see how things are going instead of just guessing. Look, if you are just buying into a crypto project and you're not given the tools to help you be successful and keeping track, like when I'm teaching people that are new to crypto, depending on their budget, what they have is how many projects, in my opinion, people should get involved in. Because if at one point at the last bull cycle, I think I had 13 or 14 crypto projects I was juggling. I'm a researcher by nature, so that was a full-time job for me. And I was teaching martial arts full-time. Notice I said was. I'm doing this. This is all I do now, by the way, guys. Anyway, you can go crazy, but it's important because if you're not taking the time to research, to do your own due diligence, and you're gambling because now you don't know. If you just, ape into or degen into a project, don't even know what the heck it's all about, you could get wrecked that way, in my opinion. So it's important to know where to go, what to be looking for when it comes to, hey guys, welcome everybody. When it comes to our investments, again, not financial advice. These are just things that I do, that I work with people with. I help them to be educated because I never tell anyone what to buy in, and I'm not going to do that at all. However, I'm going to give you the tools so you can research it and say, wait a minute, this is an amazing project. This is maybe something I need to look into. The same strategies I use when I'm helping people, educate them if they're brand new to crypto, now you guys here, you're all salty veterans. You guys are like, whatever. You've been around the block a few times. We've been through some bull markets and some bear markets, and you guys are just like pros. But new people coming in, if they don't have an idea of what to do and how to do it, can get frustrated, and then they're not educated. Then, as Kid talks about, a lot of people want to buy, they buy high and sell low. It's the reverse, right? We buy on the red candles and we sell, but I wouldn't do it in this case, on the green candles. So, yeah, common sense. But sometimes common sense isn't so common when you're emotional, when you're dealing with FOMO. Remember, FOMO is fear of missing out. And then you have FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? But like I say, FOMO is a mofo, right? If you are just dealing with FOMO, you're going to have a hard time. So having a plan, having a strategy. I have a plan for my Gotti, okay? I have 2 wallets. One that is for my lobster and rewards, my steak and my lobster. And I wish I had a mini steak and lobster right here. Yeah, I tell you what, one of these days I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to be all the way back, and I'm going to have a nice glass of red wine over here. I'm going to have my steak, lobster, you name it. All right, we're going to be on a cruise when that happens. But anyway, so what I've done with my own research is what got me involved in Gotti in the first place. So, and if anyone here is new, if you are just hearing about Gotti now, let us know in the chat. We have MKid here, who is the founder of Gotti. Amazing man, very integral, and he's kind of like steering the ship, right? So if you have questions, and we have tremendous community members here as well, who are holders, who are in Telegram, and that's our main hub, guys. That's our animal house, right? Is Telegram channel, right? The official Telegram channel, which is, I have it in the description, but if anybody wants to post that, they're more than welcome to put that in the chat just in case. But if you're new to Gotti and you've never really heard of it before, then please go ahead and let us know that you are, because you're welcome here. Everyone is welcome here, right? Everyone is welcome in our family, right? Or La Familia, right? So what I want to do first is I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go over to the Gotti website. And we're just going to go ahead here. Okay. So I'm going to essentially, again, this is in the description box below. All right. So we're going to come down here. I'm just going to scroll down here. Of course, we know that Gotti is on the Solana blockchain, which I haven't checked the price of Solana, but we are at least 2 times greater than the token price for Solana, which is staggering. And it's pretty much been that way since, the first 3 or 4 days. So I'm going to scroll down, and this is the website here. And again, that's in the description box. You can check it out. It's just Class and Sophistication. I believe that 100%, okay? It goes into the tokenomics, right? Of course, 50,000 total, no buy or sell tax, which is great. No transfer tax, Solana, no devs, founded by investors for investors. Now, I like numbers. I like facts. I like statistics. That to me, it's like, those of you ever heard of, like, I'm sure you have, the original Star Trek, like Mr. Spock? That's what I look at. I'm able to compartmentalize, and we should be able to do that as investors. And I'm not afraid to say that either, because that's what we are, right? We're retail investors, or we're, whatever. Regardless, we're investors. So we want to do our research. When I saw that all of the 50,000 total supply here, that was massive, because who does that? Who has that? It doesn't happen, right? One Gotti is 400 times more rare than 1 Bitcoin. So if you do the math, how much is a Bitcoin going for right now? When I hear that, I'm thinking, yes, right? Exactly. Okay. That's going to tell you something right there, because it's rare. It's a store of wealth. And I will keep saying that, because in my mind, in the way my logic is, that's what I see. That's right. You got it, man. Future millionaires. Why not? Why not? Like Kid says, hey, we need a win, right? Crypto has such a black eye over the past few years. Guys, we need a win here. So absolutely, and I'm quoting Kid for that. Now we're getting into ownership renounced and the official contract address. So I want to scroll down. We've already hit pretty much damn near every milestone on this roadmap so far. Airdrop. I was fortunate, to be honest with you. I received some free. I hit it just right. And I'll tell you my story towards the end as to how and why I got involved in it, and why I haven't sold. I haven't touched. I have 2 wallets. I have not touched either one of them. Okay. Begin trading on Radium. That's done. Market cap, $10. This is kind of market cap. $10 token price. I think we smoked that within like 5 seconds. Anyway. So what I want to do now is I want to scroll down here, guys, for the newer announcements that just came up. And I'm so glad, Kid, thank you for updating the website. This is really going to help people. So we knew Radium. We knew Jupiter. Radium was basically first. And if you go here, it'll take you right to where you need to go. Again, you need to have a Solana wallet, all right? So for me personally, I use Phantom and I use Soulflare. Those are the 2 wallets that I used. But you need to have a Solana wallet. So these are available to trade on Radium, Jupiter. And then you have DexView, Dex Tools, the Coin Sniper, DexView, right? Hello Moon. I mean, a lot of these have come in the past week. So these are all places, all sites that you can go and trade for to get your Gotti token, which is a really easy process. One of these nights, I'm not going to do it tonight, but one of these nights I will go on and do a live buy. I did it in a video that I did, and at one point I'll do that again. I'm not going to do it tonight because that's changes the scope of what we're doing here. But this is just showing you where you can get the Gotti token and how you can get involved, right? Now, I'm going to give you some resources. And again, if you're not familiar, and I'm going with the idea, if you already have Gotti token, then you know how to get Gotti token, right? So what we're going to do, but if you don't, then I'm going to share with you some resources where you can do your own research and you can see how the Gotti token is doing. The first thing I would recommend, though, is joining the Telegram channel. Join the official Telegram channel, all right? That is really where we all hang out. That's where Kid does live VCs. There's lots of engagement. Everyone is so supportive. There's not a whole lot of crap that goes on there. Because we're a family. Once you come into that Telegram channel, when I first went into that Telegram channel the first time, I think there was maybe 200 people, max, maybe less, and it hasn't changed. The environment from where it was when I first came in to where it is now is the same. And actually, it's even more supportive. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to come over here and we're going to go, and this is Dex Tools. Now, if this can be, we're not going to worry about the chart. All right. I'm not going to focus really on the technical analysis, but as you can look over here, if you guys can see, okay, let me maybe blow this up a little bit. Sorry, guys. My eyes are bad enough as it is, and I don't want to get you guys. All right, so let's blow this up a little bit. So right now we have 904 holders. Now, when you see that, that's essentially wallet addresses. All right, so when you have that many holders, now you may have someone with 2 wallets or whatever, 3 wallets or however it is, but when you see that, that's how many wallets exist. This is our market cap, 13 million. Now, this was up to 14 million, 15 million. Yeah, right. That the good old days. That's when Kid was only doing, one one AMA a day, whenever it was. Now it's like, I posted something earlier. I'm like, oh my God, we need to have like some sort of like a spreadsheet with everything listed so we know exactly, his schedule, like a Franklin planner digital, so we know what's what. Anyway, so we're at a $13 million market cap. And when we first came out on day one, now I was occupied. I didn't come in until later on that night or the next morning. I believe we were at a $60,000 market cap initially. Kid, let me know if I'm right or am I wrong on that one, but 60,000 from then to over 13 million now. And I mean, it's been 2 weeks. It's just been over a little over 2 weeks since this was fair launched. All right, guys, remember, this was a fair launch. It wasn't a pre-sale. And I heard something the other day where people are like, pre-sales are just killers, right? I would never get involved in a pre-sale. This was because you got to really be mindful of getting rugged. So a fair launch is exactly what it is. It's everyone's, when it's going to get launched. Here's the address. It's going to go at 12 noon on Saturday, April 20th, and good luck. And that's kind of what happened. So I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. Now, one thing I want to mention, so we are at a 98 out of a 99 for basically being reliable and quality and all that stuff. Is that what we were? Wow. That's crazy. $51,000 market cap. Holy smokes. Unbelievable. Those days, man, yeah, that's incomprehensible now. So we are at a 98 out of a 99 for Dex Tools for quality, and they have like a certain matrix that they have. So we are pretty much damn near all the way to 99. We were at 99. I don't know what changed because our fundamentals will never change. If anything, they're going to get better. But one thing I want to come down, I want to scroll down here a little bit. And I was noticing this. Over here on the, in this area over here, where it says community trust, we need more than 11 votes. Guys, we need a jam on this. I'm not sure. I think I voted already. But if we can do this, we all need to get over here if you can. You may need an account, and I set up an account with myself. We really want to – this should be like 10 times greater. I mean, we're at 100%, and that's fantastic. But for me personally, I'd like to see a lot more votes going on there. So just saying. But, yeah. And, guys – if you're not paying attention to the chat, you really should, because Kid is just dropping some knowledge for you guys right now. You know, and those of you who are not, actually, you know what? I'm going to come over here. Here we go. So if you can see what's going on. We are linked with Solana. We're paired with Solana. So what Kid was saying, if Solana's price goes down, then ours, because we're tied, we're umbilical to them, it's going to bring us down. Not that it has anything to do with the quality of the project. It's just because we are paired with Solana. When they go up, you know, then we kind of go up too. Right? You know what they say, the rising tide lifts all boats. And then over here, so again, this is Dex Tools. And you can, if you're not sure, you can just come over to the top up here. And, you know, you could just type in Gotti. I already have it. And it'll give you all the information you need over here. All right. So this is Dex Tools. This is you can do this for this project or anything you want. It's a really good resource. All right. Really good resource. Now, I'm going to also switch over here, and we're going to go to SoulScan. Now, this is also where you can track pretty much every transaction. Right. You type in Gotti, and I already have it here. As you can see, Gotti. Just go up to the search bar, right, and then you just type in Gotti, and there it is. And you can save this as well. I think you could add as a favorite, and then you can scroll down, and you can see transfers, transactions, holders, and then it gives you just a lot more information. So you can actually see who's buying. You know, who's selling, you know, what's going on. Okay. And you can also find out here, like how many holders, like if I go all the way here, I can go to the very end, click on this. Oh, you're going to do that to me, aren't you? And then it gives you kind of an idea of like how many holders you have, or how many holders we have. So we have like 904. So SoulScan is another really good resource to look into. I'm going to also go over here. This is another one. Most of these, like I have these in here already. This is Dex Screener. So I'm going to click on this, and this also gives you some TA, some technical analysis. And down here, in this area, as you can see here, this also shows you who's buying, who's selling, for how much, and because, see? And you can tell people who are selling over here. So just look, if red is people are selling, green are people are buying. And the really interesting thing is, and I'm going to go into this in a second, is because we are such at a limited supply, any buys or sells are big catalysts, one way or the other. Now, the beauty with Gotti is we have really stabilized. So again, this is Dex Screener, and then you have SoulScan, and you have Twitter. You can go to X as well. So all the resources are in the description. Go to the Gotti website, and then you can also, it'll bring you to where you need to be if you want to get involved, if you haven't already. So a couple of things here, and I hope everyone's staying with me so far. I hope I haven't put you guys to sleep, damn it. Because now this gets exciting. All right, this gets really exciting because now, remember how I talked about just now that any buys or sells make a big difference? Because the supply is so limited, we only have 317 left, that I'm going to use this in a positive way. Like, though we are vultures, all right, because people who may be whales, they're selling off, all right? Maybe, and I think you were saying there's like only 20% of us left from the very original. After all the airdrops were done, people are getting their free tokens. They bought in at $20 or 30 or 50 or whatever it was, and now they're selling out. They're reducing their bag or they're exiting entirely. We see that in the price of the token, it drops. But what happens is, there, you know that saying, eat the dip? Well, we do. Because within a matter of seconds or minutes, people are eating up. It's almost like crumbs on the floor. If you have dogs, and we have 3 of them, man, if you drop anything on the floor, we have one dog, he's got that in his mouth. He's like a ninja. Before that damn thing even hits the ground, he's got it. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing to see. I could stand like this, throw a milk bone over my back, and he's got it before it hits the ground. That's us. Because we see the value in Gotti. And the value is, one, it's a store of wealth. It's a limited supply, 50,000. There's not even that much out there right now. There's 317 tokens left to trade, to get involved in. I look at this as not necessarily a meme coin for me. It's almost, and I want to be careful because I'm going live here, it could almost be considered, depending on its market cap, right? I mean, at some point, this could be a pseudo stable coin, because we've seen it, like, even at its lowest. I mean, it's maybe dropped, whatever, 5, 10, 15%. Kid, you would know more. But even when someone sells 2 or 3 tokens, it drops it temporarily. It's like waves in the ocean. All right? Maybe it's a bigger wave, it's a bigger drop, and then here comes another wave, bringing it back up again. But what's happening is we're seeing those holders, those whales who had tons of tokens, are liquidating those tokens for whatever reason. And maybe it's, just because they want to exit. They don't see the long-term potential of it, or maybe they have no choice. Either way, that is kind of a benefit for those of us who are interested in getting involved. And if you haven't gotten involved, you're really interested in it, you're still super early. Because right now at 317 tokens, guys, this is still attainable. We drop 100 tokens, and Kid knows the math. He would know more the math than I would. It's going to be unattainable. Right now we're at 260, right? Whatever. We got up to 324. No, forgive me, right, Kid? It was 425 for like 5 seconds. It's going to be at a point where now you're going to be getting involved in getting fractional tokens. You're going to be buying them in fractions. 0.2, 0.3, 0.1. That's going to be what's coming, because, again, it's all economics, supply and demand. Our demand, I feel, and I don't know about anyone here in the chat, if you are, like, let me know. I feel our demand has increased this past, 2 or 3 days. It's just a sense I've gotten that we are starting to see more of, eyes are like turning towards Gotti. Like, wait a minute, what is this? Where in the past, like even though we've been around 2 weeks, I think we're starting to see more eyes coming on us and more of an interest. And Kid is doing multiple AMAs. And I mean multiple. I'm not talking during the week. I'm talking during the course of a day. And creating a lot more exposure and a lot more awareness for this project. Now, I'm going to share with you something that, from my own opinion here, and I'm looking here real quick. Yes. Okay, right. So, Kid, what you're saying is if that would push us to between $450 per token. 200 tokens. If we had 200, wow, if we had 200 tokens, not if, when. You got to be careful. The Great Pumpkin will pass you by, right? That would bring that up to like 15. Did I see that right? Yeah, 1,500 per token. Understand that with this limited supply, guys, and looking at it as a store of wealth, I think we're going to get people coming in and getting involved in this. Now, I'm going to tell you my strategy right now. I'm more likely, and probably within the next day or two, I'm probably going to pick up another couple. I'm in a position where I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for it to hit that right number for me to, because I know it won't last long. I'm waiting for someone to kind of sell off 3 or 4 tokens or whatever they do. I'm going to pick up a couple. All right? Because I won't be able to in another month or 2 or 3 months or 6 months or whatever it is. Because a lot more people are going to be like, wow, this is a $1,500 token. I can't do that, but I can do 0.1 or 0.2. And this is where it spreads out, because you're thinking, well, if someone comes in and what if they buy all the tokens? They better be rich, because if someone came in, and I know, Kid, I think you popped up the numbers. You were saying, and I don't want to misquote you, so please correct me if I'm wrong, that, if there's like 1 or 2 tokens left, you're talking like maybe we're in the hundreds of thousands, maybe $1 million for a token at that point. I don't know the math of it, but I believe we'd be in that arena. So if someone wanted to come in, like a massive whale wanted to come in and just buy everything, that's big dollars. I mean, we're probably talking multi-millions of dollars to do that. So, let's see. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna pop this on here too. Yeah, Telegram channel, 250 users a week. Wow. So we're talking billions, and what Kid is saying, billions in that last token. I don't know about you guys. That's really excites me, because there's people out there that probably would do it, and the market cap would already be astronomical at that point. Before that last token, all of us here, even if you have only one, all you need is one Gotti token. That's it. And you only need one Gotti token, because now I'm going to talk about it, Kid, and community, is the Steak and Lobster Rewards Program. So it's weird, because normally Kid does this way more eloquently than I ever can. And I know he's watching me, so no pressure. Just don't screw up. So what the Steak and Lobster program is, in a nutshell, is it's a rewards program for hodling, for holding your tokens. And I don't know. Part of me wants to tell you what I have, but I don't, whatever. I always not a big fan of disclosing what you have, but I have the 2 wallets. One wallet is for my Steak and Lobsters. Well, I will not touch that. Okay, that will stay where it is, because when that's announced, when Kid announces, hey, your Steak and Lobster rewards, this is what it is, and that could be at random times for random durations. You never know. But what we do know is that if say you have a wallet, you have 10 of your Gotti token in that wallet, you sell or you transfer, that wallet becomes permanently banned from any future stake and lobster rewards. You would have to set up a new wallet and transfer all of your tokens from that wallet that was compromised into a new wallet and not touch it. So, suggestion, this is what I've done. I have 2 wallets. I have one on Solflare, which is my main bag. That's where I have pretty much all my tokens. I set up another wallet on Phantom. That's going to be where I'm transferring, maybe I'm moving them around or whatever it is I'm doing. I have no intentions of selling anything from that wallet either. However, if I have a family or friend who they don't know, because those of us who are in this DeFi space, like, we're familiar with it, we're pros. But if you're getting family members in, say your mom or your dad or your brother or sister-in-law, or I have a sister-in-law who's just getting started in crypto, she is highly interested. She would have been here tonight, but she teaches foreign language. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to send you the link to this live stream so you can watch it later. But if you have a separate wallet, what you can do, if you have someone who is interested, a family member or a friend, someone that you have a good relationship with, who's like, wow, Scott, that's awesome. I really, what's this about? I did my research. I want to do this, not because thank you for telling me about it. I did my research about it. Can you help me get started? So what you can do, if they have no idea how to navigate, because it can be dangerous, right? This could be you move stuff around and you don't hit the right address or something happens. Stuff can go south really fast if you're new and you don't know. So if you have a wallet that's yours, it's like what Kid said, and I'm going to piggyback off it. You have your checking and your savings account, right? The savings account is what you don't touch, all right? It stays there. You forget about it. It's like, okay, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to worry about it. The checking account is what you spend. It's what you move money in, you move money out. It's the same thing here. You get someone who wants to get involved and they want to get Gotti, but they have no idea. Well, then you can teach them, of course. You can actually set up a wallet for them, a Solana wallet, and then they can either, however you manage it, maybe they give you cash, they give you fiat and you buy it for them, or however you do that. And then say they want to get one Gotti. All right, well, okay, so it's this amount, bang, thank you. Now you buy the Gotti for them, you have it, and then you can transfer that Gotti, even if it's fractional. It could be $100. It doesn't have to be a full Gotti. $25. You transfer that for them into a wallet where now you kind of become the custodians for them. You help them, and then you can teach them how to do it. That's where having a secondary wallet, I think, is very important. I'm also going to be setting up a third wallet for my kids. So I'm going to put in 1 to 2 Gotti for each of them, and that will not get touched. That will be another one that stays away. But remember, to qualify for steak and lobsters, and by the way, just in case you guys were wondering, Kid has given out, I believe at this point, hovering maybe plus or minus around $800,000 back into the community for rewards and, just stuff that you're like, wow, I can't believe it. For instance, about a week and a half ago, I received basically $700 worth of rewards. At that point, that was like, what, 3 or 4 Gotti I got in my wallet? Pretty stoked about that. So that's where it's going to be important that you understand that, hey, if you have one wallet and for some reason you have to transfer or you have to sell a token or whatever it is you got to do, once you do that, that that wallet is no longer viable for permanently, by the way, for rewards. So set up a secondary wallet. It's good to have multiple wallets anyway, diversification. Set up a secondary wallet so that way you reduce that point of failure or point of resistance or points of entry for people who don't know how to navigate this space. And especially if you are going to be the custodians for them. It's like Coinbase. Coinbase is it's a custodial wallet. Self-custody is what we're doing. We have our Solana wallets. If you have to set in your seed phrases and all that stuff, that is a self-custodial wallet where you have the keys, you sign for it. Coinbase, which is great because that's where I get my Solana. So I actually get my Solana on Coinbase. Then I transfer it to my Phantom wallet and or my Soulflare wallet, and then I use that to buy and pay the nominal fees, which is amazing, right? Because if this was on Ethereum, forget about it, right? Forget about it. It would be crazy. But because it's on the Solana blockchain, you're paying pennies as opposed to, tens of dollars, or now you're talking in the hundreds of dollars at Ethereum's height. I remember, I don't know anyone else here, but does anyone here remember, like, you would have to get up or stay up at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 a.m. in the morning to be able to afford a damn transaction. I do not, man, that's bull jive. I won't do that anymore, right? So being on the Solana blockchain, it's really simple. You just transfer, buy it on whatever exchange you want, centralized or otherwise. You can go decentralized too if you want, and then just transfer it over, and you're paying cents. And then you can go ahead to the exchanges that we talked about, Radium and Jupiter and all the other ones, and then you're able to swap, right, your Solana. Yeah. Now, I had a few different crypto exchanges. Coinbase to me is the easiest, especially for people who don't know anything about crypto, in which case this is where you kind of come in and you help them. Be a mentor. Teach them how to, and we should anyway. I mean, if someone is interested, I remember my wife and I were at Clearwater Beach, and we're at this little pub, I forgot the name of it, right by the water. And I was talking with someone, and he asked me what I did. And I'm like, oh, I do crypto education, blah, blah, blah. And he just looked at me like, and I knew that I wasn't going anywhere, so I dropped the discussion. So, but if, for whatever reason, there's multiple reasons why, but if you have someone who has an interest, be logical with them, teach them, introduce them to crypto, get them involved. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the news, rightfully so, about these guys like stealing tens of millions of dollars from people and these exchanges, and then you get the Binance guy going to jail for 4 months. That's whatever. That's laughable. Anyway, we have a black eye. So trust and integrity are also one of the tenets, which is one of the reasons that I'm involved in this too as well, is Kid is really focused on creating or bringing back trust to crypto and having it be fun. Guys, I don't know about you guys. I'm having a hell of a lot of fun. And I've been doing crypto for quite a while, and I've been up and down, but, creating an environment that's welcoming for people where, you're supported, and it's like we're a little family. It really is. Now, the cool thing with family is that you can always add more family members, right? You don't even... I have friends that I grew up with when I was 10. They're like my brothers and my sisters. Or their parents are like my second mom and dad. So you don't have to be blood to be family. Now, this is something that I think that is really important because we're still early here. Even though there's only 300 oh, you want to know how many tokens I have? Is that what you're asking me? I'll tell you what. Because I make it a policy never to disclose how much I have, I'll give you a total amount. I'm over 20 but under 30 Gotti tokens. That's what I have. That's my ballpark. That's where I'm at right now. So my point with all this is, if you're watching, if people are watching, yeah. So the majority of that, kid, is in my Soulflare wallet. I have over 20 some odd tokens in my main wallet that I'm not touching, and the other remaining is in my oh Jesus. I feel I'm more like a minnow. Oh man. So and I look to help stabilize, because this is the thing. People sometimes sell without having a vision for it. If once you realize that it's a scarcity mentality, it's not like, all right, I'm just saying tokens for the sake of tokens. Like you have the Shiba Inus, you have the, back when you had the Saitamas, and you had all these tons of crypto projects, these meme projects that really serve no purpose. It's like empty calories. For you to get life-changing money out of one of these things, you would have to, the amount of zeros that those things were, like it's from here to Gibraltar, right? It would take forever to get to a point. I actually did a video about a year ago where I did the math of, if you had whatever project, for each zero, this is what it would be, and this is what it would be, and this is what it would be. And, why kill yourself? Because when you have such a ginormous supply, what's the purpose? What is it? Whereas if I have one gold bar, how much is that worth? If I have a gold bar, it's solid gold, this big, right? Only one, how much is that bad boy? As opposed to, whatever else. Having it as a store of value, a very finite supply, really is enticing, because it shows you that, wait a minute, this is something special. It doesn't have any goofiness to it. Like, I don't look at Gotti as being silly or trivial, or, some of the names of projects just by themselves, I'm like, no thanks. Because I'm very selective. We need to be selective. Look, we are investors. We are retail investors, each and every one of us, and we all want to change our lives. I'm curious, like what would be like your dream? Like, what would you want to achieve? What do you want to do? Like, what would be something that you would like to do, off of, like, maybe whatever you're getting from Gotti in the future? Maybe it's buy a Lambo. Maybe it's get like a really cool Gotti boat. Do you guys see that image? That image is awesome, man. If we got to find that, but that's something to think about. And imagine, so I've heard this story a lot from kid of having like whatever kind of amount of Bitcoin and then just selling it off before it went parabolic and, you know, whatever. So it's the same kind of thing here. Having patience, having discipline, and really understanding like how economics work and how, like, hey, there's only 317 these left to disperse between billions of people. So in my mind, and okay, I'm backing up too, and the fact that it's spread out. See, this is something I want you guys to take note, and I'm glad I didn't forget. I wrote it down over here. Gotti is going to be totally at some point one of the most decentralized crypto projects ever, because we're getting whales, right? I'm not one of them. We're getting whales like selling off from the beginning for whatever reason. We are in turn gobbling that up. It's like the food chain. The bigger fish eats the smaller fish. Then the biggest fish eats the biggest. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what's happening. And when people are selling for whatever their reason is, and that's fine. Hey, there's a reason for everything. No judging from me at all. Then what happens is maybe that person had a lot of Gotti. I'm just using this as a number random. Maybe they had 200 Gotti, okay, from the very beginning. And now they're selling off a piece at a time. 3 here, 10 there, 5 there, 1 here. Well, while one person, are selling that off, maybe you have 10, 15, 20 other people dividing that up and spreading it out, all right? Spreading that wealth out amongst. So now what happens is, if you have, it's top heavy, you have a couple people up here that have tons of Gotti, boy, they can manipulate the hell out of where that price goes. If they decided to like sell all that, man, the bottom would just drop out, right? At least for a while. But people, when they're selling, and that's a really shitty thing to do, by the way, because then you're wrecking everybody else when you do that. If you have 100 tokens and you're like, I'm selling it all, you're killing yourself, because now that would have gone even greater, and then all of a sudden you're wrecking everybody else. So there's a responsible way to do that, take profits, of course, but what I'm saying is that when you have whales, you have bigger wallets who are systematically selling off their position. That's one person selling. Now you have 5, 10, 15 people buying the 2 tokens that they sold. Then they do another sell, and they sell maybe 5. Well, then maybe now you've got another 6 or 7 people who didn't get the win the last time. And what happens is it spreads that out. So at some point, we are going to get to this point, and I think we're seeing it already, where now when people sell off 3 or 4 or 5, whatever it is, we're seeing a drop, of course, but it's not like the bottom dropping out. And when you come onto the Telegram channel, I mean, you can go anywhere. You can go to SoulScan, you can see Dex Screener, you can see what people are buying, and I do that. Like if I see a drop of like $200 or $300, what's going on? That's why. And then 5 minutes later, now I start seeing people with $5 buys and $10 buys and $15 buys, making up for that person who sold. So at some point, when someone sells off 2 or 3 or whatever, or 4, or however that works out, it's not going to be so drastic, because now it's not that one person or 10, because those of us who are buying that up, we see the long-term potential here, and we're kind of leveling everything out. So now we're not going to have to worry about this massive drop. The only thing we'll have to deal with, of course, is Solana lowering, if their price drops, well then nothing changes fundamentally with Gotti, but if Solana drops their price for maybe something came out or their phones suck or whatever it is, we will have to contend with that. So just letting everyone know, if you don't already, that we kind of are umbilical with them. We're tied to them to a degree. But the cool thing that I've seen, that we've all seen, is that even when Gotti drops, or excuse me, when Solana drops down, we're over 2 times the price of a Solana token. And I'm not sure what Solana is going for right now, but we were like 2.2 or almost 2.5 times greater price wise. So we flipped them. So even when they drop, we're still ahead. So that's something that should be really reassuring as well, is the stability. Where now, if you have someone who comes in, let's say there's like, I don't know, 500 million tokens of a project. You have whales come in and they buy 300 million of that. There's only 200 million left. Anything that those whales do will really have an impact on the rest. Whereas now, when we're having people sell off, it will be decreased and we're going to be stabilized. And even though there's fluctuation, maybe a couple $100, $300 or $400, $500, that's just part of it. How many times have I said it? If you've been watching me for a while or you've been listening to others, crypto is not for the faint of heart. And if you're helping people get involved, educate them. Educate them on what to expect. Teach them about FUD. Teach them about FOMO. Let them understand this is what you're going to expect, because we fear the unexpected. If something happens, oh man, what just happened? Right? Oh my God, I'm seeing a drop in price. I must sell. I got to sell too, because, well, you don't know what just happened. Maybe it's market wide, which has been a big issue. People, how come this crypto project is low? Well, it's because the entire market is taking a bloodbath. But my mentality, not financial advice, is when I see things in the red, in my cryptos and on my other crypto projects I'm involved in, I'm looking to buy. That's me. If I see something drop 10, 13%, or if it hits because I have a plan for pretty much all my projects. I know when I'm buying, I know when I'm going to be selling, what percentage of profits am I going to be taking, which is a tier system that I use for me. So, and with Gotti, I don't have that, which is exciting. I mean, obviously I have it, but we're going to be talking about life-changing money. I'm not interested in anything else. Like, if you sell now, yeah, you may make a couple $1,000s, and unless your family absolutely needs it, whatever. But if you're selling, thinking, oh man, it's not going to do whatever, then you're back to square one. Now you maybe made $2 or $3 grand or $5 grand or whatever it is, and then a month from now what? Now you look back and you're like, damn, if I would have had some more discipline, some patience, if I would have zoomed out and not worried about it, now look at the charts, or just, enjoy life, go touch some grass, like what Kid says, look, if you find yourself getting, you're getting some OCD going on, leave Telegram for a while. Don't look at the charts. Don't focus on that. Go do something else. And then come back in a couple of months or 6 months and check. Keeping our sanity is going to be extremely important, because it's really easy. Like, the wind blows, I get excited. Even though I'm older, I'm going to be 54, all right? So there you go. Even though I feel like I'm in my 20s, hey, whatever. It is what it is. But getting excited is a good thing, but we just don't want to make financial decisions. And Kid knows this, being a stockbroker on Wall Street. Man, you got to really be careful with emotions, because emotions, when you're thinking of doing anything and you're basing your decisions off of emotion, that's bad. That's bad juju, right? That's not going to help you. So I know I've been rambling, and I hope you guys didn't fall asleep too much, but I just wanted to say thanks for being here. And if anyone has any questions or comments, feel free to pop in. And if you are getting any value from any of the videos that I'm doing, not just on the Gotti videos, but on other live streams and other projects I'm involved in, feel free to like, subscribe, share. I appreciate you. We're a smaller channel, but that's a good thing too, because our reach actually could be greater, I've read, than maybe bigger channels. But regardless, it's more about helping people. Having a servant's heart is what it's about, to serve. The samurai, that's what that means, to serve, right? That's when you have a servant's heart, when you have benevolent intentions, when you are there to help people and not to destroy people, right? It's so much, you want to be lifting people up on your shoulders, not pushing them down. There's enough of that shit. There's enough of negativity, and there's enough of divisiveness, and there's enough of just anger and violence and everything else in this world. We need to stick together. Gotti, we're a family. We are here to support one another no matter what. Talk each other off the ledge, or, work through stuff that we need to, because as family, things happen, right? It's you're communicating with people, but having that ability to be around one another and not being in a toxic environment, that's huge. All right, I will not be around anyone who's toxic. Zero. I have zero. My bullshit tolerance barometer is very low. And everyone in the community, in the Gotti community that I've encountered, has been so supportive. It makes me want to do more. It makes me want, how can I help you? How can I help you? Forget about me. I'm fine. What can I do to help you? What can I do to create and bring awareness? All I'm here to do is to introduce Gotti to you. That's it. What you do is totally on you. At least put it on your radar. All right? So you can say, hey, look, here's a big thing of chocolate cake over here. I'm not going to force you to eat it. If you have a piece, great. But if not, then that's on you. But before you are kind of like, I don't know, come into the Telegram channel, have, go visit an AMA with Kid. He's on about 20 a day. So you'll be able to catch him somewhere, and then make a decision. You don't have to buy anything now. Just acquire knowledge, acquire information. So I hope this live stream was of value to you. If it was, you would honor me by subscribing to our channel, because I'll be doing a lot more of these. Solana is $142 right now. Awesome. And by the way, if anyone here has questions or wanted, I won't go anywhere. I'm not trying to kick you guys out. Like kids say, I'll stay as long as I need to stay. I'm not worried about that. And again, if you are new here and you join the Telegram channel, then let us know. If you were here and you came into the Telegram channel, let us know. Either put my name in or say, hey, I was at Scott's live stream, or whatever. Something that lets us know that you were here and that you came in. That would be fantastic, because we're a family. We're all here working together, right? And Kid, we're going to have to do that. Once we all hit that $1 million mark, baby, we need to do a Gotti cruise, man. Seriously. We need to do that. And remember, you don't even need to have to buy one. You can just get a quarter. You can spend $20 if you want. Doesn't matter. Once you do that, hey man, you're in, you're good, right? Because everyone's invited at the table. We have enough steak and lobster for everybody, right? we got wine, we got, you name it, we got it. So, guys, thank you so much. I'm really appreciate you all, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. Let's crush the rest of this week. Let's make life great. And the biggest thing we can do is look at our families and say, you know what? I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for us. And just we're a strong community, guys. That's right. Sail off into the sunset wherever we want to go. So, guys, have a great day. Thank you so much. And as we say in the islands, aloha, a hui ho, and that means until we talk again, which for most of you here, I'll see you over in Telegram in probably about 10 minutes. So, guys, great evening. Kid, thank you so much for being here. And thank everyone else for being here. If you're from the community, I really appreciate the support. And whatever I can do, however I can help, I'm here. So, guys, thank you so much. Take care. And I will be posting this as well. And I may edit down and do some timestamps, some chapters to make it a little bit more attainable. And but you have access to this. So, guys, good night. And I will talk to you guys soon. Aloha.